This is Swingman here, back with another upload. Today we're going to be going into our Q&A, and I'll be answering some questions you guys have been leaving me on my channel as well as my Instagram page. Before I do get started, big thanks to Stinger Sports Gear for sending me out the hat to match the jerseys that they sent us. So got a lot of cool custom stuff. As always, go to StingerSportsGear.com, use promo code TheSwingman to get 15% off your order. And also get cool things like custom gloves as well. This thing's breaking in nice, so getting a lot of compliments on that. So jumping right into it, guys, we're gonna get into the Q&A, and I got a list of questions here that have been asked over the past few weeks. What do you think is the minimum exit velocity to hit a home run? I think I exposed this in my last video. I hit an opposite field home run right-handed to right field in Yankee Stadium. I think it came off the bat about 88, 89 miles an hour. Now, it did go about 3 rows deep, so I honestly think maybe 86 miles an hour would probably be the slowest to hit it to right field at Yankee Stadium, which I believe is the shortest, easiest place to hit it out of. But you would need to go around 30 to 35 degree launch angle. I was only at 29 when I hit that, and when you use the HitTrax, you find out that hitting it around that 33 to 35 degree marker is where you get the optimum distance for landing. How do you work on your confidence? Great question. I think it all goes hand in hand with off-season preparation. As far as my confidence building came with, reaching my physical goals, feeling strong when I got into the games, as well as putting my time in the cage, feeling good with my swing. So it is tough to transfer that confidence in the cage onto the field. However, if you really focus on your rhythm and timing and try to not feel rushed in anything you do, I promise hitting will become a lot easier for you. Watch my rhythm and timing video if you haven't already. It's in my link in my description. That's a great tie-in to take that confidence you might have gained during batting practice and bring it into the game. What are some good workouts for the core and lower body for someone who doesn't have any equipment? So I will be posting a video that has all the stuff we could do on the road or for those people that don't have gym memberships. But basically the ones I like to do is body squats. We could do lunges, stationary lunges. We could do squat jumps. We could do lunge jumps. We also could do step-ups on the stairs. For all of our leg workouts, if you have a couple bucks to spare and put towards a plyo ball, so those are those big round workout balls, you could do hamstring curls on those as well. And as far as core, we could always do our bicycle kicks where you're alternating on the ground. You could do 6-inch, you hold your legs off the ground 6 inches straight out, and you could do flutter kicks and also scissor kicks, I guess you could call them. Regular crunches, all these things are good for the core. So there are plenty of workouts you could do at home, and I will have a video on stuff I like to do when I was on the road when I didn't have a gym. Is there no Tampa in the simulator? No, there is not. Not sure why, but it's not in the HitTrax simulator. What bat do you use? So as of last summer, I started using Stinger bats. In my entire career, in my entire professional career, I used Old Hickory bats. I love Old Hicks. They feel great. I have a whole bunch of them left over from years past, so I do like to use those in my batting practice rounds as well. But Stinger is coming out with a Swingman model that will be the balance that I prefer in my bats, and you guys will be able to order those. So once I get those in, that will basically be the only bat I will be using. Do you ever do someone's stance and then feel comfortable enough that you start using it during games? Absolutely. For me, that's how I learned how to hit. I didn't have any instructors growing up, so I was constantly mimicking people. Left-handed, I actually mimicked guys I watched play. So left-handed, I mimicked one of my brother's teammates. I mimicked Ken Griffey Jr., Tino Martinez at some point. As far as right-handed, Manny Ramirez, Alex Rodriguez. I actually did Alex Rodriguez stance in college for one whole season, and it just made sense to me. So I switch it up. Actually, professionally, I spent a few weeks trying to hit like Robinson Cano. So yeah, I absolutely do that 100%. can you show us your diet, please? I'm wondering how you bulk up so much. So for me, it's I have a fast metabolism. That's what a lot of athletes deal with. They have trouble gaining weight. My biggest advice and what I went off of is I just eat as much as I can, but I try to spread it out throughout the day. I don't try to just eat a huge breakfast, eat a huge lunch, eat a huge dinner, and fill myself up. I spread that out at about 2-hour increments. So I try to stay away from fast food as much as possible. If I do have to go, I'll do like a Subway, and I'll have half the sub for, I'll order a foot long, have half the sub for one meal, 2 hours later, eat the other half, and try to spread that out as much as possible so I don't feel over full. I eat late at night before I go to bed too, and that helps pack on some pounds as well, but I'm so active that, you know, I burn a lot of it off. However, this is something that you want to progress with, and for me, you know, when I was a senior in high school, I was struggling to get up to 195. By my senior year in college, I was about 208, 210 pounds, and throughout the season, I'll drop to about 198, 199, and eventually, you know, when I was really training hard professionally, I got up to 230 at one point, but that was too big. I wanted to trim down. I was playing outfield. I had to run. So I'd always enter the season around 215, but I was always trying to keep feeding myself food as much as possible throughout the day. Don't go, you know, anytime with feeling hungry. You always want to feel good, and that's basically what I did, and it worked out for me. Why did you decide to stop playing, and how did you know it was time? So this is an awesome question. As far as me, I was playing independent ball when I decided to hang him up, and I did have a contract offer for the next year. I had to weigh that against, I just bought a house, I was getting married that same fall of my last season, and I had to weigh that against starting a life with a career, and you know, obviously I want to start a family as well. So as opposed to leaving home and playing independent baseball, and you know, if I was playing affiliated baseball, that'd be different. I would still be playing if I was still playing affiliated ball. But as far as independent baseball, I struggled with a couple of injuries my last few seasons, and I think it was just an easy decision for me when I knew I could come home and play in men's leagues with my brother and a lot of my good friends. We have some pretty good men's leagues here in Buffalo, New York, so I do still get to get on the field, and that's what I really want to do is play. But like I said, if I had a chance to play affiliated baseball, I'd take that in a heartbeat, and I know my wife would definitely support that 100%. If you were starting over as a young player, what would you do differently? I would have a different approach to hitting. You know, I was such a raw talent. You know, I was oblivious to what was out there, and as far as training and stuff, it's so much different nowadays than it was. And that's kind of a tough question, because it's, you know, if I went back as a young player with only the knowledge that I knew then, you know, it's tough to make different decisions. I would probably go to a different school. I wouldn't take the Division I label so seriously if I was serious about baseball. You know, I transferred my senior year in college, and I ended up leading the nation in hitting from having a great hitting coach that understood what he needed to do with my swing and my approach. And if I had that from my freshman year, you know, I could have been a top 3 rounder, and, you know, you might have been watching me on TV by now, who knows. So that part I would do differently for sure. And that's the part I definitely advise kids at an age. But, I mean, if going back, that would probably be the biggest thing I would change. There's obviously some other stuff I would definitely change as far as that goes, you know, just with my swing and my approach and all that stuff. Do you think the intensity you use to hit on the tee should be game-like? So it depends what you're trying to work on. If you're just doing one-handed drills, high tee, all that stuff, it's got a purpose. You don't want to swing full bore. You're trying to train your brain to use your hands a certain way, your body a certain way. So no, it shouldn't be like that when you're doing drills. But however, there could be rounds where you're trying to get into some, understanding putting backspin on the ball, trying to see the ball travel. So yeah, you want to get some swings in there that are game-like. They do help a lot. And obviously, if you guys that watch my videos, I swing pretty intense on the HitTrax system off the tee. So like I said, it all depends on what you're working on, but for the most part, it's not full game-like swings. What team drafted you? Where are you playing now? Baltimore Orioles, 2010, same year Manny Machado got drafted. and I am playing men's leagues here in Buffalo, New York. What was your recruiting process like? So that all started my senior year. That all started because I was playing hard every day. I didn't go to really camps or workouts or anything to try to expose myself. It was all just me putting up numbers my senior year, and they started coming towards me. So they sent me letters. I got letters from 30 different MLB teams, and got invited to some pre-draft workouts and just performed. That's really all it was for me. And from that point forward, you know, it's like I said, it's just a matter of them coming out to watch, me continuously impressing them on the ball field. What major league players have you played with? A whole list of them. It's endless. Probably the biggest names I would say that I actually played would be Manny Machado right now would be the biggest. Dylan Bundy was also a first rounder for the Orioles that I have played on the same team for a season with. But there's guys, Eduardo Rodriguez, started for the Red Sox. I was roommates with Ty Kelly for 2 years. Like I said, I've played with a lot of major leaguers. As far as guys I faced, Yordano Ventura, Josh Beckett, Carl Pavano, Fernando Rodney. So I've at bats against all those guys. So yeah, I played against a lot of guys, and trust me, I'm not that list is endless. Did you work with Topps baseball cards when you got your own baseball card? No, I didn't work with any baseball card company. Basically, when you're in the minor leagues, it's random. You know, they'll have companies like Bowman and stuff. They'll come out and just snap a picture of you while you're playing, and then all of a sudden you have a baseball card made up. Kids will come up, ask you to sign a card, and typically I run into some that I've never seen before. So, but no, I have not personally worked with any of them. What high school did you go to, and how was your high school baseball career? I went to Cheektowaga Central in Buffalo, New York, and I had a great high school baseball career. I was very dominant. I hit in the high 500s. Not as many home runs as I'd like, but because we don't have fences here. Now they all have fences, unfortunately, but when I played, there was no fences, so I had to run everything out. So I had a ton of triples when I played in high school, but yeah, as far as my high school career, it was a pretty solid career. What was the highest level you ever played at? It would be Advanced A in Frederick, for the Frederick Keys for the Baltimore Orioles. I made the All-Star team that year, and you know, a lot of big names that are in the majors now were in that game. So that was the highest level I played as far as my career goes. So basically, those are a majority of the questions. There are a few in there that I haven't added. But I will be posting more Q&A questions periodically. So if you have any more questions, leave them in the comments below. Go to my Instagram, leave them on there as well, and I'll try to take a snapshot and answer all the questions as they come in. Thanks for watching my video, guys. I really appreciate it. I will be posting a lot more now that I'm settled back into town, and I will be having another video posted in the next couple days. Thanks for watching.